welcome back to Hoi 4, Crusher or Sirenalia under Sonata Dusk. And in today's episode, I first have to tell you something. The last episode that I recorded, you saw it, it was fun, I had my first reaction, and the save got corrupted. Luckily it was only that episode save, so I just had to go back to the last episode and do it over again in my own time. Didn't take me that long. When you don't read, it takes a lot less time to play the game, but I love the reading, don't get me wrong. But yeah, so I just played back to this point. Good news, I guess I just do those stupid attacks that I did in the first run, so I lost less troops. But yeah, that's all that happened in between. Stupid save got corrupted. And now we are back. Yeah. And I also noticed that over here is just quite weak, and if I can get a surround over here, that would be absolutely amazing. Stay right there. Don't be trying to do anything. Though they are really working to push in there. Also, there's no one here for some reason, which seems dumb. Now there's multiple. Well, that doesn't seem to be working. Alright. Collaborators in Carthage. No regional integration would be complete at this point without our loyal constant Plumage Moonfeather. Wait. Putting his claws into the pie. Unfortunately, he knows as well as we do how volatile the area is, and thus has let us decide exactly who we should target to join his group of collaborators locally. Ideally, it wouldn't be necessary at all, but a few unenthralled subjects to keep a watch over things would be beneficial, and Plumage knows what the price of any betrayal, no matter how small, would be. He may not be perfectly ideal, but he gets the job done, and that will be good enough in this case. After a bit of searching, the decisions are, as usual, down to two. Those groups that Area is fascinated with, the scientists and landowners, do have those in their ranks willing to work with us, even if they aren't as useful as she talked them up to be. They are the practical, if boring and normal choice that Plumage has indicated he would prefer. The other, more dangerous approach is looking elsewhere, particularly in the unsavory parts of the Carthaginian society. Two military commanders, Jabzel and Jazel Zoblis and Bazazertra, have been deemed as payable enough to be bribed into submission. Their unique histories would not help Carthage in any way, shape, or form, but they may not be a bad thing if our goals for Carthage are something other than stability. Plumage's very obvious distaste for them will be ignored. Let's see, compliance, stability, political power, resistance, compliancy, political power, and, yeah, I'll take that. I'll take some new generals, political power, all that sounds good. The issue of centralism. The relationship between the city of Carthage and the land it is supposed to control is a tenuous one. When it was a state, there was apparently many a debate on how centralized or federalized the nation should be. Allowing the city the total control many wanted would stabilize the nation region. But some would say that is a bad thing in our case. The final decision is up to us. Well, now I'm defending from 2 provinces instead of 1, which might end up being better, I'm not sure. Though it looks like that might even not stay the case for that long. Yeah, now that they're fighting up there instead of just down there, I can actually move some of you to defend up there instead of that province. I mean, long term, I want him to be offensive, even if he's being used as defensive right now. Land of the Shining City. Back in the time before we were banished, ruling nations or land was a relatively decentralized affair. With a few exceptions, like the ability our voices give us, the technology of the time made it simply impossible to rule effectively across large areas. Over time, that changed, and now many states rely on such methods of strict control from their centers of governance. Carthage had similar debates along the line, with some wanting to remain decentralized and others wanting power vested in the capital city of Carthage. Now it is our turn to answer that question. Centralizing things in Carthage would, all things considered, be difficult. It would require uprooting and relocating much of the regional authority, not to mention the zebras that run them. By the time we're finished with the entire process, it may not have been worth it, the effort. Now doing the opposite, decentralizing to the regions and zebras themselves would still be difficult, but not as hard in the long term as the former. Not only that, it would also allow for the more opportunistic of Carthaginian society to cause chaos, which, if we've supported, could reap major benefits for our magic. Still, the choice remains ours. Gains decentralization in Carthage, which grants those for 70 days. Carthage will be the new center of control. Yeah, let's decentralize it. Everyone gets to do what they want in Carthage. Power in Carthage is being decentralized and left for grabs among the people and local leaders of Carthage, creating a massive vacuum that zebras are fighting to try and fill. The creatures fight each other endlessly, but just keeping them from each other is the problem. Or just killing each... Wait. Just killing... I think I misread part of that. But just keeping them from killing each other is the problem. There we go. Mandalusia was a very contested area between Mare Egypt and Abyssinia, who both saw it as their own rightful land. Both of their peoples would appreciate it officially being regarded as a part of their region, and now we have ended up as the mediators. The Mare Egyptians are our enemies, yeah, but maybe that's exactly why they should get the region. They've lost more troops to us than we have overall now. They're also almost killed more than the Lunar Empire, though. Just because we've been on this front, just defending for so long. Alright. Yeah, we're getting pretty close to have completed all those, so yeah. Boom. Boom. Make some more for reserves. Alright, that should work for now for reserves. Good, good, good. Alright. What I want to do is that. Try that next. I didn't even remember you guys were serious or still up there doing that. Whoops. The ownership of Mandalusia. I don't know, Sonata said to the pony and feline as the argument reached its fourth hour, both of them almost getting to their wits. And both of you have really good arguments. It's hard to decide. The Merry Egyptians put a hoof to his forehead, struggling to keep his patience. Look, the Mandalusians wish to be a part of Merry Egypt. Both of our peoples long for reunification, and you would have the eternal gratitude of all of them, should you choose us. There was a hiss from the Abyssinian response. Pure lies, all of them. They have done nothing but oppress the creatures living there for generations, and they sought their liberation before you brought it to all of us. It is only right that we are given responsibility for their cities and lands. The doors behind them, I don't know why I made them more like snakes than cats, but whatever. The doors behind them slammed open, and a second siren came in. Oh, hey, Area, Sonata remarked, finally seeming to pay a bit more attention. These two have been arguing to have some city or something for a while now. I know, Area responded, taking some satisfaction in the fear that seeped into both Delicate's eyes. That's why I'm here. So what do you think? Well, giving Mandalusia to the Merry Egypts would give us more control of it, considering our future plans with them. The siren very much enjoyed seeing the pony's eyes light up before the fear from earlier immediately returning in full force at our comment. However, the Abyssinians are proving to be difficult to deal with from their distance, and you shouldn't just throw away a chance to get their loyalty. Sonata was silent for a moment. That wasn't helpful at all, she finally complained, promoting a smirk from Area. It's your choice, not mine, and that means Adiago gets mad at you if you make the wrong choice. I'd suggest you don't. The Abyssinians should run things fine enough. Let's keep the region in limbo and let the fires rise. Merry Egypt will allow us to keep the region in check. Yes. We'll keep it in check. Actually, now that I think about it, I think actually I'm not going to do those naval invasions. I actually think I want to naval invade this way. Yeah, I think this way makes more sense. Because if I could knock them out, that's one less major enemy in this war. And that would be really nice. So I think I'm actually gonna push this way first. Plus, even if I'm just able to get this really nice surround, that would make it worth it. Yep, I can definitely do the naval invasion. They do not have the naval strength to stop me. I should, make one of those there, so that they can get supplies. Oh, I need to shift over. That's why I haven't been able to get another thing going. I need to shift over in person. Whoops. Oh well, that's fine. I'll just chill for a little bit while I get some more political power to be able to do that. Because, yeah, I can still do stuff with area blaze, so I need to just go over to area. There we go. Switch over to area blaze. Chiropteran military tactics. The Chiropteran military, in particular the legions, was a highly skilled combat force, using experience and tactics that made them all the more efficient. We will never be able to practically create such units, but we can adopt their most tested and useful strategies for our own uses. Because after I do this naval invasion, I'm probably going to be using my factories to build stuff here to be able to do the same thing. I'm also going to build from there over here. Just connect it all up. In fact, I might even do some connecting like that. Just connect it all up. Literally just because, why not? It looks good. I know. Why were we spending time building this? It looks good to have it built like that, I guess, you know. Why not? It looks nice. You know, I'd say it's good reasoning. Why not, right? Why wouldn't we? There we go. Things seem to have completely stabilized over here. So if we can get a nice big surround by doing this naval invasion, that would be awesome. Or if we could just defeat them. Now that works too. Military adaptation. With the conquest of Chiroptera, we have learned from their military methods for our own ends, giving our special forces an extra step up and helping our staff office plan offensives. Connect the North. It became painfully obvious during war that the various regions in Zerika are unacceptably underdeveloped and disconnected from each other. If we are to get the most from all the creatures under our spell, we need to be able to reach them quickly and efficiently, and that means building more railroads. Yes, of course. Yeah. I mean, we're doing it. It's slow, but we're going. Just for future necessity, that should definitely be able to hold my troops for if I need to do naval stuff. Oh, also apparently it's being bombed, so that's probably not helping either, but... And build a railroad in between the two spots. Finish integration. And we get Carthaginian chaos. With various warlords empowered in Carthage, the region has fallen to an institutionalized degree of chaos. Zebras fighting, pillaging, and generally running their own former nation into the ground. The resources necessary to keep it contained are exceeded by the benefits of magic that it brings us. I don't know, 3 magic, that's enough to make it where I can actually, get discipline the soldiers without having minuses. So actually, that's actually kind of works for me. Underwater colonies. Equestria has already proven itself almost untouchable by our enemies by sheer virtue of being deep beneath the waves. With that in mind, it would be a folly not to replicate its success elsewhere. Seapony colony cities along the coast will extend our influence into the seas and act as invincible bases from which to coordinate action, occupation, and administration. Alright, here comes the landing. Let's see if we can be successful here. Alright. Ooh, okay, that one was very successful. Alright, there we go. There we go. Good, 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 good. They have a very small in-between, keeping my things apart right now. Bases of the invasion. The islands between Zebrica and Equus pale in comparison to our other holdings, but they have important purpose nonetheless. They make important air and naval bases to station and maintain our Air Force and Navy. Both of such places should be immediately expanded so that they can find a better purpose and fit better in that role. I mean, I've already been working on making, okay, you guys are just done. Whatever. And then let's just get out what actually exists. Which are just naval strikes and port strikes, which makes a lot of sense for what's left. I would like to get this around, if possible. That's what I want, at least. The westward railways. Stretching across the central seas, we have once again run into the problem of disconnect between Abyssinia, Mare Egypt, and the rest of the mainland possessions due to the incompetence and cooperation between the cities. Fortunately, it seems that the regions are already connected themselves, with a few holes to cover that we can manage ourselves. Alright. Just making sure that those guys get there fine. Good. Alright, let's get this around, baby! Let's go! We actually managed to push. We've managed to get some surrounds. We're actually getting in there. Oh yeah. Woo! We've just increased our size of our naval landing so much. We did lose some troops, but you know, it was worth it. Woo! Well, anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell button. And as always,